Right there, folks, welcome back to Are We There Yet? With the forest, the tricky trees. We start, of course, on the board confidence screen. Yeah, nothing really to talk about other than the fact that money continues to go down. 1.5 million on the balance sheet currently. Let's have a look then at what's been happening squad-wise because of the injuries to our goalkeepers. Obviously, you saw that, as it turns out, how important is a goalkeeper to winning football games. Turns out very. So we signed Jonathan Bond, final day of the deadline window, very late deal. He's come in, he's done alright, hasn't he? Bought him for 110k. Probably paid a little bit too much for him, but he's better than what we had in backup. Gerard Lawless, or just sit on the bench. Yeah, just decided we just needed that shove, and it's only 100k. You know, promotion's worth more than that. Otherwise, top performers maintains Marcus Sheldon, 31 goals, 33 games, 13 assists, 7.94. Strikers leading the way. Matty Cash having a terrific season, 40 games, or 40 starts rather, 4 goals, 10 assists. Loving life. You can see Tollan, and his average rating is only 7.35, even though he's actually got 28 goals. Seems a little bit of a jump. I think he's either hot or he's not, and there it is. So fixture-wise, obviously you saw us cruise to defeat because we didn't have a sub-goalkeeper for Will Dennis. Then we managed a penalty shootout win over Rotherham to go through to the semi-final of the Checker Trade. You'll notice we've gone straight through to the final because we managed to dispatch Crewe in the semi-final. Or I suppose that's the North final really, because then you have the overall final, which we play against Luton. Anyway, we won on penalties. We should have won in normal time, but we didn't. Then a 3-0 win at Swindon, really good. Tollan and Sheldon with the goals. And then a ridiculous results, 3-1 defeat to Exeter, bottom of the league. We seem to struggle when it comes to teams that come to the City Ground with no real record. We just. Anyway, we got back to winning ways. We beat Peterborough 3-0, and that was despite having Chris Lacey dismissed for 2 bookable offences in just the 54th minute. Hartlebury getting a goal and Brereton from a penalty spot. Then we've just finished a 3-0 victory, very pleasing over Tranmere Rovers. It was Tollan with 2 goals in the first half, and just on the stroke of half time, Sheldon popped up with another. So all in all, it leaves us on 86 points from 35. 21 points clear of Luton in second. More importantly, 34 points clear of Scunny in seventh. That qualifies us for the playoffs, which was the board's objective. So that's happy days. Today, we're at home to a team near the bottom in Southend. Where are you, Southend? There you are, 19th, so we'll probably lose, but you never know. I'll see you pitch side in just a moment. So there are your teams then. Backup goalkeeper, Bond, the name's Bond. John Bond continues in goal with the 2 Laceys and Baldwin in front of him. Hartlebury, Godoni, Buchalakis, whatever his name is, and Bionas take the pitch. Matty Cash is a little bit tired, 92% fitness condition rating, so we didn't want to risk him. And then Brereton, Tollan and Sheldon up front. It's STB. Let's tell the boys, really, we expect to win. This is what we do. I mean, we've lost, I think, a couple of games at home against really tripe opposition. It's got to be better. It's got to be better if we... I mean, it doesn't have to be. I think we can be pretty much confident of going up into the Championship, given our lead. Godoni's cross early doors doesn't get there. Ricardo Barros sounds like probably a player that should be playing for Real Madrid, but it's not. He's playing here for Southend. And the play continues, and it comes to Ricardo Barros. Number 10, gives it to Telford. Dom Telford, probably the former Stoke man. Chris Lacey, though, steps in, and that's the end of the move. So corner ball whipped in, Lacey can't meet it, and O'Connell bringing it away. You can see they've got Gordon all on his own, but we win that second ball and retrieve it nicely. Brereton, big cut though, steps in and secures the play. Here's Wells to Telford. Telford caused us problems in the game at Roots Hall. Really, really irritating as they go back to Hines on this left-back slot. And it goes to Wells, to Telford, and that's not a bad effort in fairness, just over the crossbar. So that's half time then, and quite frankly it's been appalling. We've been very poor, very slow, very lacklustre. We haven't had actually a chance. You can see on those stats you'd say we're the better team, but really Southend are the only team that we've seen play any football. We might see something now though, as Good takes a free kick out to Ricardo Barros, to Ryan, to Wells now in the centre, goes right to Gordon. Gordon Bennett gives it to, it's not Gordon Bennett, Ricardo Bennett, and that's Hines with a long ball forward, but it's nowhere really specific, and Bond will pick that up, no problem. He goes with a moonraker of a ball out there. Michelikis to Tollenan, to Sheldon, and he rifles one into that bottom corner. That's great. Straight out of the traps, second half. Much better to start. That's the 50th league goal. I can't even say the word. 50th league goal of his career. That's Bond. As I say, he's got the golden eye for a pass, and Michelikis will pick this one up. Plays it into Tollenan, who just lays this through for Sheldon. He knows Sheldon's got the pace to get past his man. And that's a terrific finish. Keeper goes down just for the sake of going down. And straight from kick-off, though, you watch a boring first half, and then the second half immediately fires into life. Telford, loose pass, and Godoni will collect. Tollenan now in attack. Tackle, but Brereton will pick it up this right side, goes straight to the flank, and there is Bajonas. And after a terrible display in that first 45 minutes, it's taken us all but 3 minutes to put the game surely beyond Southend. Tollenan here again involved. Excuse me. Tackled well by Liam Bridcut, as you'd expect probably, and here's Brereton. He doesn't even need to look up, he just puts this ball into the air, into an area that he knows Bajonas, or someone at least, will be attacking, and number 8 gets his goal and his reward for taking a chance moving forward. And still before the 50th minute now, a free kick taken along. Hartlebury collects it, gives it to Bond. Trying to think of more Bond films, but you know, there's only so many you can do. Anyway, here's Hartlebury, loses out to Gordon. Ricardo Barros now tries to play it through to Telford, but he's caught on his heels there, and we recover the ball. Tollenan to Sheldon, who just hits the post, and it goes out it's cleared by Southend, but here we go again. What? Calm down now. That's a poor ball from us, from Michelikis, but Hartlebury collects nicely, and Brereton now looking out to the right, but he goes back to Lacey, Alex Lacey, that one time. Godoni to Brereton. Tollenan 3-0, so it's 6 minutes inside the second half, and that's a goal on his birthday for Tollenan. Happy birthday to Maxio. So 6 minutes into this second half, and we've done infinitely more than we did in that first half. Godoni coming down this right side, plays the ball through to Ben Brereton, and it's already over really at this point. Tollenan sticks one in the back of the net, and this will take us on to 89 points. We're pretty much guaranteed promotion and the title this year as far as I can tell, and maybe we'll get a Checker Trade Trophy win as well. All truth be told, it's turned out to be a pretty productive move from the Clyde, who are still bottom regretfully, but we can't concern ourselves with that. We couldn't stay there forever. We're going to bring on Apaya and Hales, because this game is over. And as soon as we do that, Jonas takes a corner. It's headed away, but Baldwin's here, collects it. Michelikis with an absolute thunderbolt into that top right corner. I didn't see this coming from after that terrible first half, but we've exploded out of the traps. They just needed a bit of a shout out apparently. But Jonas there, you can see the corner's headed away. Baldwin brings it down just on the edge of the penalty area, lays it back to Andreas, who lasers this one beyond the outstretched arm. It's an absolute howitzer, and he absolutely celebrates quite rightly. Wonderful goal from the lad. A Southend, to remember we were playing then, a Southend throw-in comes to nothing. Hales, loose ball, Hines will clear, and Barros to Wells. This was sort of the pattern of play in the first half, but since there we go. Hartlebury picks up Telford's loose ball. That's not the first time that's happened, and Apaya loses out this time. Humphreys back to Good, and a long ball towards Telford, but I thought we were going to have Lacey sent off again, but not to be. Should win that one, Alex, but it's headed down. Bridcut collects. Gordon on this right side. Southend look like they're starting to build, and this is Gordon, skips away. Can get the ball across. Telford's there, and Telford scores. Southend on the score sheet, 15 or so minutes to play. 20 probably with stoppage time. This game is probably beyond Southend, but we need to be careful. This is a kind of game, just unlucky not to get the ball with that slide. But it was well ran by Josh Gordon, crossed in nicely. You'd hope that 21, I think that's Chris Lacey, should be doing better than that, should be putting a block on Telford, but let it through and we concede again. I think what we'll do is we'll just bring on, who shall we bring on? I think we'll take Hartlebury off for Jordan Bird, just to get some fresh legs on that left flank. That's where the goal came from, so let's get someone fresh out there. And 10 minutes or so to go is Amos. This is all resulting from a Southend throw. They go back to good. Hines now. And, Hales comes back well and wins the ball, and we start another move. Alex Lacey goes long. Humphries clears it though, mops up, and Lacey gets it back. It's all a little bit disjointed at the moment. Chalakis, that's better. Apaya now goes on the long way, but can get the ball across now, and there's Hales. He heads home. It's Sadie Hales with another goal for the Forest, and that's 5-1. Southend United a point clear of the drop zone. You can see Sunderland, big financial difficulties. They're struggling in this division. Looks like they're going to go down to League 2. They need to certainly step up if they're going to survive. I don't think they will. I think they're going to be a bit of a drop side. I think they might well go out of league football if their current course is to be, look at that heat map, beautiful, if their current course is to be anything to go by. I was going to make another change, but that would be breaking the rules, as we've already made 3. We'll stick with the rules. That seems fair on both parties, as Gillespie takes a goal kick for Southend and Baldwin heads it down to Pachalakis, and Chris Lacey loses the ball with his ball forward. Wells now, but that's a little bit better, and Bird plays it up towards Apaya, but he was never really favourite for that one. Baldwin doesn't have to do anything with that. Bond will pick that up, as Dr. No says. That's another one if you're not sure. Dr. No, probably the first one. And Brereton crosses. Hales from Russia with love. He's not from Russia, from England with love. On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Bond. And it's 6-1. I can't believe this after that terrible first half, to race into this kind of lead. I mean, if you had to leave at half time for whatever reason, and then you got home and found out the game had been won by 6-1, I'm not quite sure it's a fine header, that is 80. I'm not quite sure you'd actually believe your ears or eyes if you were reading it, whatever you were looking at it with. And that should be game. 15 seconds or so to go. Southend have the ball, but that's not bad in fairness. Stockton, and they get a consolation. That's Cole Stockton, 93rd minute. Literally the last kick of the game, you'd expect. In fairness to them, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. It's kind of FM logic I like to see. Looped cross is it from Vincent Young. Really deep. And just catches our defence a little bit flat-footed. It's Bond probably wants to be doing better than that if he can, but that is game. 6-2, probably a little bit harsh. Harsh on us, to be quite honest. I think we were better than 6-2 than them, but after that first half, I'll take a 1-0 win in fairness. But there we go. Let's put those points on the table. 89 points, 24 points clear now. 10 games to go. Of course, in Scotland we'd be done by now, but we've got 10 games to go. I think our next fixture will be this Checkatrade Trophy final. May as well get it out of the way. It's a trip to Wembley, of course, so we can bring home some silverware, and then we'll look to wrap up the season. It may well be that we've already claimed the title. I'd have thought so by then, given how far we are ahead, unless we have a complete collapse and all our goalkeepers get shoulders dislocated. that can never happen. Oh, yes. Right. Do pop a like on there for me. A 6-2 win. Lots of goals when you guys watch. Absolutely. 8 goals today. There was 12 in the FA Cup tie. So do pop a like on there for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again on that very next video. That'll be a final against Luton. Come on, Forest.